Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Nice
Good.
to see you bright and early in the morning.
Yeah.
Yay! Well, we should have Sue and Ann, but it's time to start, so we're gonna just go ahead and start. So make sure you have water and a towel and mute, and here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Did you mute? Yeah, now you're doing it. Thank you. Okay, big deep breath. We're just gonna hold these arms nice and long, and now we're gonna lift the shoulders up. So you're trying to lift as high as you can get them while you keep the arms straight. And now we're gonna take them by our side. We're gonna bring the body parallel to the floor. Keep your neck nice and long, so we're not dropping the face. Once you're parallel to the floor, try to keep your legs nice and straight. Try to maintain really good posture. And now come back up slowly. Sweep the arms back up again. And now lift up from the shoulders. You should feel a lift really coming out of the hips too. Nice and long and tall here. And then slowly take it all the way back down, parallel to the floor. Sorry, that's bad cueing. I said all the way down, but I meant parallel to the floor. Keep your legs nice and straight. Draw the belly in. Spine is really long here, so there should be no rounding of the thoracic spine. Now slowly bring it back up and sweep the arms all the way up. Now lift the shoulders. It's not a huge move, but you should feel a lot more activation. Now lower the shoulders and then lift them and lower. And lift. Now swan dive it all the way down and let your head go. So you're completely unweighting the upper body here. Just hang out and breathe. So your neck should be nice and relaxed. Just looking between your legs to the back of the room. Now let's start to sway the hips forward and back a little bit. Just so you weight into the heels, then you weight into the toes. And then find a nice comfy place somewhere in the middle. Cross the arms. Now we're going to round up one vertebrae at a time, Pilates style, nice and slow. And now lift the elbows up. Lift, lift, lift. And then lower the elbows. You're going to C-curve the spine. We're good at that, right? Come all the way back down. We're going to keep the arms crossed. We're going to take a couple of breaths. And then we're going to come all the way back up again. So let's do it nice and slowly. Try to weight into your heels this time. And now lift the arms. Nice. Now release the arms and reach them up to the ceiling. Let the left arm come down to your leg. Shift your hips to the right and take it up and over. And the up is really important. You want to feel it lengthening right on the side. And now come back up with both arms reaching for the ceiling. And now take the right arm down, let the left hip go out. You should feel a little stretch in that inner thigh when you push the hip out. And then focus on lifting up and out of your side body here. Your arm should be nice and long. And I've got my right hand supporting a little bit on my leg, just to feel stable. Now I'm going to come back up with both arms. Reach one more time, lift the shoulders, and now swan dive it all the way down. Let your head go. 3 big deep breaths here. So important to breathe as much as you can throughout this class. Try to find some moments where you can close your eyes and get rid of all distractions.
And the easiest way to calm the mind is to listen to the breath. Really important to be able to self-meditate, especially when we are dealing with bumps and valleys throughout our day. Okay, let's walk our hands all the way to the front of the mat. Keep your legs straight as long as you can. And when you're all the way to the front with your shoulders over your wrists, you're going to move your feet in 4 to 6 inches apart. Hold the high plank. And from here, we're going to a down dog. We're going to close our eyes and get a little lost here. Just breathe. Come back forward to plank. Step your feet in so you're in bear. Take 5 deep breaths. Let's meet in a small down dog. Your heels should be on the floor. I'd like your legs nice and straight. Let's come back and meet on all fours. So put the knees down, wrists are under your shoulders. You're going to do 5 cat-cows, nice and slow. Explore different angles of your hips. Draw the belly up and in. Find your breath. It's all meeting in neutral spine. I want you to come onto the tops of your feet. Now, before you push back to a child's pose, I'd like you to open your knees a little wider. And then let the toes connect back there and sit back on your heels. Let's take the palms to the corners of the front of our mat and lower your chest towards the floor. Keep your forehead up. Your neck is long. You're here for 5 deep breaths. Back up onto all fours. You're going to bring those knees in. You're going to tuck your toes under. We're going to meet in a small downward dog. Once you're here, just lift up nice and high on the toes. Make sure your heels stay in line with the pad of the foot. And then put the heels back down. Do that 4 more times. Let's come back down onto the knees. You're going to shift your hips back so they're hovering just over your heels. We're going to walk our palms back to the corners of the mat. We're going to do a little shoulder opening here. So lower the chest as far down as you can, and then take your right palm, open it to the ceiling. Your forehead is up, but your neck is long, so your face is just looking down. Lift that palm off the floor. Reach the arm nice and long for me. Hold it here for 3 more deep breaths. Close it and relax. Open the left palm. Lift it and reach it and start your breathing. Keep reaching, take a few more breaths. Close it to the floor, relax here. Maybe your chest gets a little closer. And come back up onto all fours. Off your knees into a small dog. We're going to walk our hands all the way back to our feet. You're completely folded. Hang out here for a little reprieve. Take some deep breaths. You're going to hear me say that a lot today. Okay, fingertips on the floor out in front. Inhale, extend the spine. Walk your fingers a little more forward if you can while you shift your hips backwards. It's a very big stretch for your lats. Get that little tug of war going on. Big deep breaths so you really feel the ribs expand. Make sure your neck is comfortable, keep it long. Legs are straight, so you're getting lots of length back there. Now relax, fold down, close your eyes, just breathe. Inhale, extend the spine. Reverse swan dive all the way back up, nice and slow, reach for the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart. I want you to step your left foot forward, big lunge. We're gonna open up this hip flexor a little bit. So first we're gonna lift the heel up so you're on your toes in the back. Shoulders are stacked over your hips. You've got really good posture. Reach the arms up. They don't need to be together. Whoops. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. If it's not good for your shoulders, keep them wider, right? This is a feel-good moment for your hip flexors. Now you're going to bring your palms down and we're going to shoot this back foot forward. And now we're reversing, the left one's going to go way back. Nice and high on the toes, reach. Okay, let's bend our front knee, bring your hands to heart, lean forward. Little wake up call for this front leg, get some good blood flowing there. Let's give me a little rotation to the right. Come back, rotate again. You're getting into the outside of that right hip. The more you rotate, the more you're going to feel it there. And that's what we want. So make sure you're maintaining a nice forward lean. Okay, hold it square, step forward, switch the back leg backwards. Bend the front leg, lean forward, start your rotations. Get a little edgy with them. See how far you can take it. Okay, square out the shoulders. Take your hands down to the floor. We're going to meet in a high plank. We're going to oscillate between a down dog and a high plank. Nice and slow, just warming up your shoulders. 3 or 4 counts to come forward, 3 or 4 counts to get backwards. Meet me in a high plank. Put your knees down on the floor. Your elbows are going to stay close to the side of your body as you slowly start to lower the chest all the way down to the floor. Once you're there, you're in a baby cobra up on your forearms. Let's get nice and flat on the tops of our feet and just relax here for 5 deep breaths. Please draw the belly in. Okay, we're gonna add on, we're gonna take the chest down, bring your palms by your chest. We're gonna advance to a regular cobra. Push up, palms are pressing into the floor. Proud out the chest, you're still drawing the belly in. As best you can. Now, if your shoulders have rolled forward, try to pull them back and broaden them. Okay, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. We're going to take the hips just over the heels for a nice little stretch. Hold and take 5 deep breaths here. Come back forward, meet me in your high plank. Take it to a down dog. Try to really push your heels towards the floor and get your legs nice and straight. Once you're there, you're going to lift and lower on the toes 5 times while you breathe. Inhale as you lift up. Big exhalation as you push them back down. Float back forward to your plank. Step your feet into bear. Meet me in a small dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, extend, flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Reach for the ceiling. Lift the shoulders up. And then relax the arms. You're going to hold your waist, pick up your right knee. Start to circle your foot. You might hear a little cracking. That's okay. Go the opposite way. You can always hold on to something if you need a little help, like a chair. Point and flex. Now from here, grab hold of the foot. Just a little stretch for the quad before we start the other leg. Push your foot into your hand as hard as you can. Little PMF stretch here. Feeling it down the front. Release it, hands back to your waist, pick up your left knee. Start to circle. Go the opposite way. Point and flex. Grab hold of the foot. So your knees are pretty close together. You're trying to lift out of this right hip. So we want to be tall. We want to have a proud chest. Push your foot into your hand as hard as you can. Nice. You're going to put that foot down, turn and face the right side of your room. Take your feet far apart. When you end walking them out, I want you to look down and let's make them in a straight line so they're pointing directly forward. Hands on your hips, you're going to shift your butt back,
Give me a little forward lean. Draw the belly in and squeeze your elbows together. This is a little work for that thoracic spine. We're gonna wake it up. Take some nice big deep breaths. Keep squeezing those elbows. Nice, now release, fold the body down and let the top of the head hover above the floor, top of the head. Now this is an opportunity to bring a little more distance to the feet if you can. Maybe walk them out a little bit more. Let the head go. Let the whole torso completely unweight. Try to keep your legs straight and try to shift the hips backwards, so you're weighting into your heels. Now walk your fingers off the mat, forward. Inhale, extend the spine. So now we're playing that tug of war again. We're walking the hands forward onto the floor, and you're fighting to get those hips backwards. Now take 5 really big deep breaths while you hold this. Both hands over to your left foot. Turn your chest towards the left leg and let your face look straight at your knee. Both legs are still straight. So hold the foot and pull to try to get your torso a little closer to the leg. You're going to feel a much more intense release in the back of that left leg. So this is sort of a working stretch, right? Breathe. Let's do the same on the other side. So walk both hands all the way over to the right foot. Get a hold of it. Let the head look at the right knee. Pull your torso towards that leg. Big deep breaths. Okay, come back center with the torso. Walk your hands off the mat. Inhale, extend. Fingertips only on the floor. Shift the hips back. You're going to take your left arm parallel to the floor, and we're going to do some windmills. So your left arm is out. You're going to lift the left shoulder up as hard and high as you can get it. Make it hard for yourself. You want to feel that inner thigh of the right leg. And then release it. Switch arms. Shift back those hips. Don't let them pull forward. Right shoulder lifts. You can take your gaze and follow your hand if you like, or you can look down at the floor. Do it again on the other arm. Try to progress the move each time you do it by going a little higher with the shoulder. Okay, we're going to do it one more time on each side. And your last one. You might notice you're a little better on one side. So really challenge the one that you're not so good on. Okay, relax the head. Walk your feet together. You're going to turn and face forward in a full forward fold. Cross the arms. Totally unweight the upper body here. Take 5 deep breaths.
Okay, walk your hands forward to a high plank. Hold your high plank, lift your left leg up. Try not to let the shoulders pull backwards. And switch feet. And meet me in a down dog. Last down dog of the day. Hey, you're back in a plank. Put your knees down, kick your feet out to the side. Have a seat. We're gonna lie all the way down. How we get there, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, draw the belly in. And once you're there, arms are gonna go all the way back behind you. Now let's floss these shoulders a little bit. Make sure you're flat on your shoulder blades and start to rotate your palms in and out while they're back there. Then slowly start to move them up while you keep rotating the palms in and out. Bring them all the way forward. Continue to do it until your hands are on the floor beside you. And then just let the arms relax. Bring your left knee up and into the chest without using your hands, and then straighten that left leg. Once it's straight, try to move it back using your core muscle. That's where you should be feeling this. Try to keep your right calf on the floor. Draw the belly down. Little trembling in that leg is totally normal. Okay, bend the leg, put it back down on the floor. Bring your right knee in, as close to your chest as you can get it, then straighten the leg. Push that leg backwards. This should feel challenging in and of itself. Keep trying to press that left calf down and the right leg further back, keeping it nice and straight if you can. You always have the option to use a band or a towel. Okay, bend the leg, put it back down on the floor. You're going to step your feet in a little bit, maybe halfway between where they would really be if you were going to bridge. So let's get the feet flexed with your heels only on the floor. Right now, my knees are hip width apart. I'm just going to open the knees up to the side, getting into these inner thighs a little bit. Now, I have a lot of space between my low back and the floor, and that's okay. You can too. This is just sort of, you're trying to relax and let these knees open up as much as possible. Let's take a few deep breaths. Now let's bring the knees together for a big squeeze. As big as you can make. And then open them back up again. Use your breathing to help you relax and just give in. One more time for that big squeeze. Now you're going to take your knees, pull them into the chest. Bring your hands around your knees and give yourself a big hug. So you're tucking into a nice little ball, maybe a small little baby circle, just to massage your lower back. We're going to do some pelvic rocking. So this is just a little reprieve here. Switch your direction if you're circling. And now let's put our feet back down on the floor, hip width apart, like you're going to bridge it up. So you got a big bend in the legs. Tilt your pelvis up and then tilt it down.
Be sure to be drawing in the stomach. Tilt up, keep the stomach pulling down. And when you tilt down, maintain that same sensation. You have to work for it. Keep going a few more times. Breathe while you press that belly down. You can multitask, I hope. Okay, neutralize your spine, pick both your legs straight up to the ceiling. Take both your hands, wrap them around and behind your left knee. So my arms are long, they're behind my left knee. Both my legs are straight. I'm going to slowly lower my right leg to the floor. While I'm taking it down, I'm pushing the heel out. Little work for your obliques. Once it's down, make some small circles. Little work for your hip flexors. Go circle in the opposite direction. So both your legs maintain nice and straight the whole time. Now come back up really slowly, but I want you to push that heel out. Nice job. Hands around the right back of the right knee. Slow-mo that left leg down. Should take you 5 or 6 counts to get down. Once you're there, continue to push the heel out and make small circles. Change your direction. Now slowly bring the leg back up, really slow. Nice job. Put both feet down on the floor, like you're gonna go into a bridge. We're gonna do figure 4 stretch. Pick your right foot up, set it on top of your left thigh. I'd like you to keep it flexed. Push your right knee towards the front of the room. While you continue to push the right knee forward, without using your arms, pick your left foot up off the floor, bring your left knee in towards you. It's a little bit of a tug of war here. You want that left knee to come in, you want the right knee to go forward. Now take your hands, you can help that left leg come in even closer with the assistance of the arms. To advance this move, if you want to, you can rotate your pelvis down so your lower back lifts away from the floor. You've got some space back there. Just adding a little intensity to that release you're getting through that right hip. And then roll it back down so you have no space between your lower back and the floor. And just alternate in slow motion. Do it again, roll it down. Roll it back. One more time. Roll it down. Roll it back. Now release the legs, put the feet back on the floor, big bends in the knees. Arms are just chilling out. Let the knees go to the right. Take your left knee, try to rotate it down towards the floor a little more. Take the left arm straight up to the ceiling and straight backwards. I'd like your palm to face the midline of the body. So you're reaching, this is a working stretch. Nice release for that hip and side body. Your left chest should be facing directly up to the ceiling. Now bring the arm back to the floor. One knee comes up first, then the other one. Rock your pelvis forward and back, just for a little reset. Few times. Neutralize your spine, knees are gonna go to the left. Take your right knee, try to lower it even more. Right arm up and straight back behind you, reaching, spread your fingers wide. Okay, let's bring the arm back to a comfy spot, bring your knees back up one at a time. You're gonna bring both into the chest. You can hold the knees, we're gonna open the knees nice and wide, rotate them forward. Bring them together and just sort of continue to make these nice big circles really slowly. You move them as far forward until your arms are long. Then you can't go any further. You bring them in as close as you can before you start to open them. Then you widen them as far as you can. Then straighten out those arms, bring them back together, pull them in. Really good for your hip mobility. Let's change the direction. So now you're gonna keep your hands on your knees. You're gonna move the knees as far forward till your arms are long. Then you're gonna open them as wide as you can. And then bring them back around and together. Big circles, very slowly. Patience, right? Giving your body what it needs. Why not? It deserves it. Okay, legs all the way up to the ceiling, arms on the floor by your side. You're gonna open the legs nice and wide, point your toes, circle your ankles. Keep circling your ankles as you bring the feet back together slowly. Once they're at the top, you're gonna change the direction of your circle and start to open them up again. Once they're opened as wide as they can be, take your hands onto your inner thighs, see if you can help them out a little bit, flex your feet. Now release the legs, bring the feet together, bring your knees into your chest, rock and roll all the way up onto your toes. We're gonna meet in a full forward fold, so let your head relax. You're looking through your knees now to the back of the room. You're gonna roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Nice. Take a nice big deep breath. And then swan dive it all the way down. Step your feet back to plank. Give me a little hover. Meet me in up dog. Tuck your toes under, go to down dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Extend the spine. Reverse swan dive all the way back up, reach for the ceiling. Hands to heart, step your left foot forward. Big step here. Up high on the toes on the back foot. Sweep your arms up. Turn and face the right side of your room. Arms are long and strong in both directions. Open your left palm, sweep it up. Right hand drops to your back leg. Bend your front knee a little more. Bring the arms parallel to the floor, palms facing down. Take your left arm to your left leg, sweep the right arm over the ear. Take that left arm, reach it towards the right side of your room. Nice and long. Both hands are gonna frame your front foot. You're gonna step back to your high plank. Hover low. Sweep forward. Back to your down dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Inhale, extend the spine. Reverse swan dive all the way back up, reach for the ceiling. Hands to heart, step your right foot. Big step forward. Reach the arms up. Get high on the toes on your back foot. Now we're going to turn and face the left side of the room. Arms long and strong in both directions. Left arm hits the back leg, this arm reaches straight up. Try to open the forward knee to the right side of the room. Bring this right arm down to your thigh, left arm over the ear. Left arm should be straight. Take your right hand, reach it towards the left side of the room. Long and strong with that arm. Back to your high plank. Back to your down dog. Lift your left leg up. Open the hip. Bend the knee. Now work on lifting your knee a little higher. Switch sides. Equal weight in both arms, please. Right leg up. Open hip. Bend the leg. Lift your knee. Put that foot down, come back to your plank. Give me a hover. Meet me in up dog. Come onto the tops of your feet, lift your knees up. Hold and breathe. Toes tuck under, you're in high plank. Hover. Up dog. Tops of your feet, knees elevate. Meet me in plank. Hover. Sweep to up dog. Lift your knees. Back to plank. Back to down dog. We're going to pedal the feet this time. One heel goes down as the other leg bends. Hold one side down. Switch. Up and down on the toes. Both heels lift, both heels lower. 4 more. Load it back to plank. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Try to keep your legs straight. You're in a full forward fold. Totally unweighting the upper body. Just let it all hang out. Big deep breaths. Hold on to the back like your Achilles and with both hands, and try to pull your chest a little closer to your legs with your legs straight. Now release that, extend the spine, reverse it all the way back up, reach for the ceiling. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Great job. There's the gang.